Hi YouTube. Let's follow up with another knife opinion today. And today I'm gonna post short comments on a very favorite and common knife. I'd say it's maybe the most reviewed knife on the whole YouTube, and it is the Spyderco Tenacious. Yeah. Spyderco Tenacious, all in all, it's really a great blade. It's fairly light for a pocket. However, it gives you pretty much of a strength. You can see the liners; they're pretty thick, and you get pretty much cool feeling with the knife. It doesn't feel that you broke or it's fairly good build, sturdy. Like the design. What makes this knife so popular is for sure Spyderco's famous full flat grind, which is perfect, yet so much well cutting that it's hard to find any competition. So far I like hollow grounds, but the full flat grind is really something special. Mainly if you're looking for a good slicer, I mean for food preparation, for cutting cardboard. This one works extremely well. I mean the grind, not this knife. I'll talk about that a little bit later. So from this from point of view and of the construction, there's not many things you can go wrong. I mean the clip you can position on whole for places. It's a G10, however it's not that grippy on the higher end models, and for me this works better because uh, it's very easy to take from your pocket. It doesn't rub your pocket, doesn't damage your pants, and it feels more comfortable. I mean, it's not like touching a sandpaper on. This is really great. So let's follow up. Yeah, great Spyderco logo. I think this one is well, how you say it, machined out logo instead of burned out, as you can find on most Spydercos. You can check the Endura and you can see. I would say the logo is laser burned into the blade, and on the Tenacious, I'd say it's just machined out. Yeah, I think that maybe this is what I like better. The construction of the Tenacious is fairly superior. I would say it's the best made Spyderco I have. I have Endura and I have a new Manix, but this one is better. I mean, it's really hard to find any manufacturing flaws as I can find on my other Spydercos. For example, if I check the Endura, I doubt you can see it, but it's really terribly machined here. Also, the blade is not. You can see one of the blade is more grounded than the other one. It's not symmetrical, and there are really sharp edges here. Maybe you can see it on the foreign handles. It's not perfectly molded together. So nothing like that on my Tenacious. It's really well made. I can't say a bad thing about it. Now, It's made from ATR13 steel, as all of you know. It's pretty good steel. I wouldn't say it's as good as the Japanese OS 8, as many reviews says. Uh, I don't think so. The OS 8 is better. Uh, Not very much, but it's better. Especially in corrosion resistance, and I would say also in the edge retention. Depends on heat treatment. Um, the ATR is fairly okay for me. Um, it's not superb for cardboard cutting as I do mainly, but it's that easy to sharpen it that it's okay just to take a few passes on the sharp maker and it's ready to go again. I mean, it will take you 30 seconds, maybe 1 minute, and you have again a razor sharp knife. And sometimes that's better value than to spend sharpening, I don't know, 5, 10, 15 minutes of your S30V blades. So uh, it depends on your preferences. Would you like more? Uh, for me, this is really good knife, really good value for the price I bought it. I mean, you guys uh, in uh, in the United States, maybe you can get it. I don't know what's the price in UK. Maybe $30 or something like that. Well, in our country, we need to pay double for it. I mean, around $60, and still, it's a good value for me for this price. I wouldn't pay much more for it, but it's adequate, I would say. Uh, the full flat grind, as I said, is really great slicer. It's really awesome, and I really like the blade design of this knife. Uh, I would compare it to a knife, the same knife as a blunt throughed comparison, and it's the red one. Now, a blunt truth says the red one is much better knife. It is, I agree with that, but to be honest, it's a whole lot different knife. I mean, the Tenacious is a lot shorter, so for EDC, I would say it's much better. Also, I'd say it has a more comfortable opening with the hole, and more functional jimping. That's true. Uh, the red one has another advantages. I wouldn't talk about them right now. I'll cover them in a separate opinion on this knife. But this is also a flat ground, but there's one thing that a little bit makes me sad. It's not the knife, it's just the design of the blade. Because you see this blunt part of the blade. That's what annoys me, because when you cut, for example, a stretch foil or something, you usually cut like this, but sometimes you get into position, then your blade slips now, and you get stuck. You cannot cut. The knife gets stuck. So you need to pull the knife out and start cutting again. With the Tenacious, it can't happen, and you see why. So you can't go past any sharp edge. The sharp edge is whole up to the handle, and that's what I like, because also when you need a lot of force cutting, this is the part of the blade where you apply the biggest force for cutting. So that's plus for me. It can be a little bit dangerous when closing the knife, but when I close it, I still get a little bit of security that touches my finger, It's not that great as on the Endura, because when you're trying to close the Endura, you see a whole lot of space that can those can protect your fingers. It's just a small piece on the Tenacious, but yeah, it's okay. But still, you need to be careful. The liner lock is pretty thick. Haven't failed me yet. I quite believe it. So all in all, it's a great knife. But one more thing I really hate are these huge letters made in China. Oh shit! You can see it. I really like the knife, but every time I see the huge letters, then I'm disappointed, and uh, you know, my value for the knife drops when I see the made in China. It's I don't know. I'm not sure why Spyderco is doing this, because I have other knives that I would say they are made in China, but either way, they have no writings like this, made in China, or uh, the letters are really small. For example, on the Pika knife, uh, the letters are so small you can barely read it. Or, for example, a few of my CRKTs do not have any made in letters, so I think that it's a better choice than to have such big letters. Okay, that's it. Thanks for watching, guys, and feel free to post comments.